Yo, 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 what's going on, people? It's your man. That's right, it's me, MP, and it's the final countdown. We are live from beautiful downtown Las Vegas. And as always, and I say always, I'm with my main man, 1,000 grand, Jay Long. What's happening, man?
Yeah, what's going on with you, Mikey?
Dude, you know what? We still in that favorite week of mine. Sports week, sports season, getting it 1,000. Getting it 1,000. I've watched World Series. I've watched the start of the NBA. I've watched football. I've watched college football. Wait, did I talk about the Knights? Did I say I saw the Knights? I saw the Knights. It went down, brother, this week. And there's a game tomorrow at 3 o'clock with the Knights. Dude, come on, stop it.
Man, it's like the best week all year long for sports.
Yes.
A little bit of everything for everyone.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, UFC, we got boxing, we got all kinds of stuff.
Man, it's the truth.
The weather's great, and there's not a concert this week, so downtown Las Vegas isn't a home for the wretched and...
Degenerates. No, we love you people. Keep coming.
Go back to your shanties.
Go back to your lean-tos. That's it. Hey, folks, make sure you give us a phone call. We'd love to hear from you. That phone number, 702-608-3259. Jeremy, we got a great guest that's going to be joining us later on in the show. Man, come on. We have the lovely and talented Barbara Moore. And you know what she used to do? Used to be, I guess is a better term. She's a former Playboy Playmate of the Year.
I thought you were going to talk about her 2 ballroom dancing championships.
That's come on. No, I did not.
This show is highbrow, sir. There are children watching this show.
Highbrow. That was my highbrow.
They mainly leave comments in the comment section.
Is that what they do? Yes. No. So we're going to have some fun. Talk to Miss Barbara Moore. My question that I'm going to pose to her is, what is the craziest thing that she saw at the grotto? That's it. I'm going to ask her that.
Okay.
I am. I'm going in hard.
Get your questions lined up. Yeah. She's going to join us here in a little bit.
That's it. So, hey, guys, let's do what we do about this time with a little barbershop chop. Chop. Oh, man. So, NBA season's here. We've always talked about it. We already talked about it, rather. And one of the best games in my life played where the Clippers are good and the Lakers actually, they're better. I'm not sure if they're good yet. And man, talk about putting on a show. Mr. Kawhi, I don't smile, I don't laugh. Leonard, he's just continued what he did last season and just grinding, looking past people, not worrying about it too. He doesn't high-five anybody. When he goes back to the bench, he just sits down and looks at his gym shoes. I don't know if it's a code on there that he's touching with, but I don't even know how to place him as far as the NBA and superstar status at this moment.
Yo, I like it. Who cares if he doesn't slap hands or anything else like that? As long as you win, baby. Just win. But I got a question for you, Mike.
What's that?
Okay, so he's got the ring, and he did, he's got, his accolades and this stuff like that. Are you ready to admit that Kawhi is the best player on the planet? He has supplanted LeBron James.
Man, I'm ready to say he's definitely top 3. Because
I don't care that he's like Marvin Harrison, okay, the great receiver for the Colts, that he's not very out there, and he doesn't care about, he doesn't have any
not flamboyant about
he doesn't care about being an actor one day or doing one of these things. He's not trying to set up Space Jam 3 with LeBron or anything like that. No, he's worried about his legacy on the court, man. You gotta respect that.
You got to. You respect it, but when I look at the whole league, just because KD, he's not playing right now, he is injured. We can't all of a sudden, it's and I guess that is the math, subtraction from subtraction. He's not playing right now, but we know that once he gets better, once he gets out there, I still have to say that he's one of the top 3 as well. LeBron, man, if I see any more work like this, I don't know where to put him. I think he's just trying too doggone hard.
LeBron James.
Oh, man.
He's trying to force something,
yes.
Force the Lakers into greatness. It's just something they got to build on, man. You got to give it time, Anthony Davis. And he did come out and say, it's one game, and yes, it is one game, but it's a big game.
And
it was against,
boys across the hall.
Did you see the introductions? Kawhi gets booed out of the building, right? They introduce him last, and they're supposedly playing a home game.
Right.
The Clippers and Lakers, they share an arena, right? They go in there. He gets booed out of the place and then puts on a clinic and says, you know what? All right, you're going to boo me? That's totally fine by me. I'm just going to go ahead and do what I keep doing, and that's winning, baby. That's winning, baby.
Yeah, he put on a show right there. There was nothing that anyone could take away from him. And it's going to be an interesting season. You know, as I said before, I'm one of the few Clipper fans out there from back in the day when I was in the Navy, and that's all we had was after once you get off of work,
Clippers.
Yeah, you go down to see the Clippers. But I think tickets were $10.
MP was the original Clippers fan, just like Bob Saget was a Golden State fan.
That's it, man. It was me and Bob Saget out there. Yeah. So what did you think about Kyrie Irving's debut?
Kyrie Irving, man, dropping 50 points. He'd look for 99.9% of that game. He looked like everything you would want in a franchise player.
Okay.
Until you missed the game-winning shot. So, yeah, 50 points. I think his stat line was 50 and 8, 58 and 7.
Yeah, he went in.
Was the stat line. Hey, that's a good game.
Yeah.
But you still lost. You got to win.
No.
All right? You got to win.
You got you. And what did you say before?
Yeah. Hey, look, you got to win. It's all about win. I don't care how flashy it is. You got to win. Because things are falling down here in the studio. But it doesn't matter. Everything else, you score 50 points, you still lose. You got to win.
You didn't get that 51st.
Hey, good. Yeah, he did get the 50, get the 51, and that's what he needed. Although I will say this, he became the 5th player with a 50-point game in a season opener, joining Wilt Chamberlain, who leads the list with 56 points in 1962. MJ had 54 in 1989. And, of course, Kyrie with 50. I think he's like 4th on the list or something like that. But a good look. But I think Nets fans are going to have to get used to that. Because it's not like he didn't do that when he was with Cleveland or with the Celtics. I mean, but Kyrie by himself is not enough.
Well, he doesn't make anybody better.
No.
And that's what it comes down to. When you look at those players out there that you think are going to take a team to another level, they make the other team better because, Kawhi, you look at, perfect example.
Yeah. He
instilled something when he was with the Raptors, and he was able to bring it back and take that same, and I don't want to call it enthusiasm, but grind, that grind, and he's instilling it into the Clippers as well because they were already a good team, a defensive team.
I like
so
it.
his body of work and what he's bringing to the team is something that fits. It's his mold. And, when he just injects what he brings to the table into his other teammates, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a piece of work.
Yeah, but get used to it, Nets fans, at least this season. KD's not going to come in and rescue this year, but next year, different story.
Yeah, but they got him. They're like, hey, we got him. You don't.
We got him. You don't.
And you don't.
We'll stick him in the locker room, rub some Bengay on him, and, we'll keep him stored for a while.
That's it. Put some Bengay on it, some Robitussin. And something that we really don't talk about a lot. And it's surprising because as far as college is concerned, they're always right up there in the top 5, and at the very least top 10. And that's Kentucky players once they get to the NBA. But we had former Kentucky star P.J. Washington, and I love P.J., big fella. He hit 7 3-pointers in his debut as an NBA record win versus the Bulls, 126-125. And what the hell's going on in this league?
Hey, man, that's what I'm talking about. P.J. Washington coming in has a great debut. He didn't know about the record until after the game.
Right.
He was doing a radio show interview, and they told him about the record. And he was like, "Oh, that's cool, man. I'm just happy we got the win." There's a difference, right? You enjoy these records when you get the win. Verlander last night, he became the postseason strikeout king, but they got their butts whooped. So it doesn't really matter, right? It's not as nice once you look back on it when your career's done to go, yeah, we still lost that game, whatever. So, there you go. Good for him. He got the win, too. But Kentucky players, like you said, it's not often we get to speak with...
We don't.
With a little twinkle in our eyes and go, hey, good for that Kentucky guy.
Bling, bling, Kentucky players.
Yeah.
So,
good
man, looking at your realm, being the big MMA guy that you are you surprised that Conor McGregor made his conversation or made his press conference in Moscow and announces his return to the UFC January 18th, right here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right here.
Am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised. You know what? I think I'm one of the few people that now that Conor's losing, he hasn't won a fight in years now, and it's been a long time since his, notorious days or whatever. So now it's quick to hop on the guy and say, "Oh, look at a guy's a loser" or whatever. No, I still like this guy. The bravado he has elevates everything around him. Just like you said, Kawhi making people better. He is good for the sport. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He makes money for people. Everybody across the board, he does. You want to be on a Conor McGregor card, and you hope you have good management that negotiates good fees for you, stuff like that. For the guy, the British call it taking a piss, right? For the guy to be there, do a press conference in Moscow, okay?
Jesus.
Khabib's backyard, because he's angling for that rematch. He wants that rematch so bad. But then to get on there and say, you know what? I'm not waiting around for this guy. I'm going to do a press conference in his place. I'm not waiting around for him. I'm going to Vegas and fighting somebody. Who's that somebody going to be? The front runners right now, Donald Cerrone and Justin Gaethje. So, it's going to be fun to have him back in Vegas and everything. But, God, I love the bravado of this guy. He just stands up and says, you know what? I'm going to do a press conference in Moscow. You know what, Mike? Let's me and you. We go do a press conference in Moscow. We'll bring Quan along. He looks like a Russian guy, Ukrainian or something like that. And so, we'll bring him in too. We'll do we'll do a show from there. We'll do a press conference. See how it goes. You're like caviar over there.
Oh, rarity?
Yeah, you are a rarity.
I'm a rarity.
Because you're tall.
That's it. What else were we talking about? Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And Dana White wasn't happy about him doing that because they haven't really set that date in stone yet.
Yeah, and he even got it twisted to Dana White and said, I'm not going to name the opponent because I know UFC's just going to twist my words and twist it, and exchange out opponents and everything. So you go ask Dana White. So, of course, like little children, like good little children, all the media, we run to Dana White, we blow him up, and we say, Dana, please give us this information. And Dana's pissed, what is Dana not pissed?
Yeah.
But Dana's pissed, and he's like, nothing's close to being signed, but January 18th is the day. But always a grain of salt with Dana, because you never know what that guy is up to or what they're cooking up.
And to answer to your question, when is he not pissed? When he checks his bank account.
When he checks his bank account, even then, he's probably pissed.
He's still probably pissed.
Yeah.
500 million.
Only 498 million?
Yeah, he's a couple dollars
Somebody's
short.
getting cut. Cut 20 UFC fighters so I can get my bonus.
Hey, you're listening to the Final Countdown, brought to you by Mossberg Injury Lawyers. Guys, from accidents to injuries, workers' comp, and even wrongful death, it's my guys over at Mossberg. If you don't even know it, they just won an award for workers' compensation when it comes to legal assistance. So these are the guys that you want to give a phone call to. They're number one legal team in Nevada. Call 702-222-4555. Injured, let them represent you. 702-222-4555. We're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, man, we're going to talk a little football, NFL,
Yeah.
Brady Breeze, and see what the heck is going on. When's Breeze coming back next year? I don't know. It's the Final Countdown.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
This is your guy, Dre Bailey.
And your man, Goose Thomas.
Tune in to Let the Ball Bounce on Gorilla Cross Radio.
Every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Coast time.
And every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Your guy, Dre Bailey.
And your man, Goose Thomas.
And if you're scared,
You better go to church.
That's right. If you're scared, I'd be scared to go into a church because it might collapse. The structure would just, he's here. We told you not to come back.
Well, see, that's that's why you need you a good, solid woman with you.
Okay. Because they go to church, right?
Well, no, so she can hold the pillars. So, you need you a girl, a woman who's thick.
Oh, Big Greta. Those old Big Greta.
Lift them pillars up. He like Samson.
You're listening to the Final Countdown.
Thick thighs.
Live from the
Waist
Grill
like
Cross
this.
Studios in downtown Las
Built
Vegas.
like Mark Henry.
That guy that you're listening to It's Jeremy Long. I'm MP.
Hold it up.
Give us a call. 702-608-3259. And shout out again to my guys over at Mossberg. If you're not giving them a call, you're just wrong. Give them a call. 702-222-4555. When it comes to legal assistance here in Las Vegas, you don't need to turn to anyone else. You see all these billboards around the city. Don't pay attention. These are your guys. You don't have to pay for the billboards and all the marketing. You're going to get, more money going to them. So, give them a phone call. Brady Breeze. Brady Breeze. Tom Brady. What is he, 600? 320? 47? How old is he?
42 years old.
Really?
42 years old.
Jesus Christ.
AD, too.
Oh, my God. So do you think there's a possibility at 42 years old, there's a lot of moves that have been happening. Tom Brady's home is up for sale. Tom Brady's trainer's home is up for sale. He went ahead and I don't think he signed the last term on his contract. And people are looking at it as signs that Brady could be doing one or two things. That he could be preparing to leave and retire, or that he could be preparing to go and play somewhere else. And that's where I don't see that.
Man.
I don't see that happening. Brady leaving.
Is it that crazy of a thought? Is it that crazy of a thought that either Tom Brady, greatest of all time, 8 pounds, 6 ounces, walks on water, he would either decide to move on and prove that he can win without Bill Belichick and not just a system quarterback, or that the Patriots might just cut him. He has voidable years in his contract next season and the season after.
Right.
And, he's 42 years old, be 43 at the start of the season next year. At what point does Robert Kraft look around and go, okay, we got to move on? Or Brady, is making these moves and going, okay, next year I want to try it out somewhere else. Maybe there's a team that he's always wanted to play for. Maybe it's the Dolphins. I don't know. He's beat them up so many times that maybe he feels sorry and he wants to go down there and maybe help them out a little bit. And it is Florida.
Well,
it's very sunshiny.
If it was a scenario like that,
they have gators.
I think that he would have gone to San Francisco to try to fulfill that dream, just because of his where he grew up, where he's from, the team that he admired as a kid. But knowing that they have old pretty boy Floyd up in San Francisco right now, I don't anticipate him going anywhere, especially with the record that the San Francisco 49ers have at this time. But with that said, will Brady go somewhere else and play? Possible, but it would have to be, like you said, somewhere warm. Maybe he goes to a team like Tampa Bay. At least they're not losing because they have, a hex from a woman in Louisiana on them, like it seems that the Dolphins seem to have on them.
Right.
But at 42, don't you just want to go home to your beautiful wife and your beautiful kids?
Hey, Tommy, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Tommy Brady looks around and says, where can I get an upgrade? And I don't like any of this. Where can I get an upgrade? You know how we always say, I was out the door the minute I walked in the door. Right. I was looking for a job the minute I accepted this job. Yeah. That kind of stuff. Yes. Tom Brady looks around and goes, nothing's good enough. It's never good enough.
So he left Monahan.
He left a 10 for a 20.
Yeah.
And she was pregnant. Other people, we would have went, oh, man, what a scumbag. But it was Tom Brady, and we were all like, yeah, Tom Brady did that. The man was on GQ and was like, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So, there's only 3 possible scenarios, right? Outside of him staying with New England. Just like Adam Schefter said, it's either he retires, they cut him, or he leaves and goes to a different team. Those are the only scenarios.
Yeah, not like that.
So, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe we're looking all into it. Maybe they just bought a new condo somewhere. Hasn't been announced yet. And
he hasn't denied it. And that's the one thing that these athletes do to just keep their name out there. He hasn't said, dude, you're crazy.
He's a MAGA athlete. Maybe he's going to Washington.
Oh, look at you. Try to save the world.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? I'm not going to go any further with that
was funny.
All right. Let's go.
Get a sense of it. Let's go back to Louisiana.
All right.
So Drew Brees goes down, and everyone's thinking, oh, my God, there's no way that these guys can sustain the ship. Yes, Teddy Bridgewater. We know that he used to be a starter in this league. Man, talk about somebody proving something to the league. Teddy Bridgewater not only has sustained and kept the ship afloat, he has gone 5-0 in doing it.
Yeah.
And has done it in a fashion that you go, whoa, is he one of these elite quarterbacks this year?
Teddy Bridges, is he an elite quarterback? That made me stop.
I saw
No,
that.
no, absolutely, he's not an elite quarterback. But is he a very serviceable backup? Absolutely. In fact, here we go again. A couple of weeks ago, you can check the clips. We talked about, are the Saints in trouble with Breeze out and Teddy Bridgewater in? And we said, no, not so fast, because Teddy Bridgewater is not far removed from being a really good quarterback on the rise. He wasn't elite. I still don't think he's elite. But he's a guy who's not going to lose you a lot of games as long as he manages the ball. And to go 5-0 is best case scenario for these guys, and then a very winnable game against the Cardinals this Sunday. The bigger question is, if you're Sean Payton, do you start Drew Brees? Or, there's no rush back. You're not in a bad position. It's not like you went 0-5 and, oh my God, we got to turn the season around.
Right.
Or, let the guy get a couple more weeks of rest because they got a bye week the next week. And that thumb, all it takes is another hit, and then obviously you could lose the guy for the season. So do you rush him back? He's an athlete. He's a competitor.
Oh, for
Drew
sure.
Brees wants to be in that game. He wanted to be in the game even with his hand hurt, but he couldn't do it, all right? Sometimes you have to protect guys, just like in MMA and boxing, you have to protect guys from themselves.
Exactly.
My question to you is, do you think with all this stuff he's saying saying to reporters and everything else, does Drew Brees feel the pressure now? Like, oh, they can win without me. Maybe I need to get back in here and show these guys that I'm still Drew Brees, because we're talking about another 40-year-old quarterback who is not long for the football field.
Right. No, you look at it, and yes, Breeze is a competitor, but the one thing that we know that he has down there, especially, you're from that area, he has some currency.
Yeah,
He's
got a lot of currency.
He has a lot of currency down there, and I don't think people are short-sighted enough to think that you don't put Breeze in as soon as he thinks he's healthy. Well, as soon as he's healthy. Let me rephrase that, because as you said,
he's ready to go.
Yeah,
he said he's ready to talk to Sean Payton. They're going to have that conversation. But if it comes down to Sean Payton,
he's not going to go in.
You're not going to put him in. You wouldn't put him in. It's the Cardinals.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that at all.
But if excuse me, if Breeze had his way, he would be in that game.
Oh,
and he'd
my
be
God,
chunking
yeah.
the ball around. But there's no reason. There's no reason. Get 2 more weeks of rest. Rest your hand. Get a little bit, put a little bit of distance between you and that injury, and then come back. See what the second half. Now we're halfway through the football season.
Oh, dude, why you do that?
Halfway through the football season.
Why you go and do that?
Man, I'm telling you, it breaks my heart.
It goes by so fast. And, you look at these other leagues, NHL 82 games, NBA that just started, we're watching a game here, 82 games. And then NFL, those 16, it's going to take a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No,
We're where? Oh, Lord.
Our good friend Chris Wynn talking on Tom Brady said he's going to retire. He's preparing for a career in politics, president of the United States by 2028 at the latest.
Okay.
There you go. See, I told you, he's a MAGA athlete. He's going to make other places other than New England great again.
Well, there we go. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves another break.
Yep.
And when we come back, we're going to do a little Say What. It's the final countdown.
Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
This is your guy, Dre Bailey.
And your man, Goose Thomas.
Tune in to Let the Ball Bounce on Gorilla Cross Radio.
Every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Coast time.
And every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Your guy, Dre Bailey.
And your man, Goose Thomas.
And if you're scared,
You better go to church.
And welcome back to the welcome back to the final countdown. It's your man MP J Long. We're here at the headquarters of Great Sports, and that is Gorilla Cross Studios in downtown Las Vegas. Guys, make sure to hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. Give us your opinions. Give us your thoughts on our insight. I'll even throw in some of that humor of yours. 702-608-3259. Final Countdown is brought to you by the guys over at Mossberg Injury Lawyers. From accidents to injuries, workers' comp, and even wrongful death, Mossberg Injury Lawyers are the #1 legal team in Nevada. Call 702-222-4555. Let them represent you. That's 702-222-4555. Man, I was getting ready to put their names in it. I was going to mess that all up. So, man, let's have some laughs and go with a little Say What.
Say what?
Man, I know we just talked about this a couple weeks ago. Can you believe this, man? Can you believe that our good buddy Frank Mir is going to fight this weekend and fight Roy Nelson in Connecticut? What? You know, is he going to go into a sleep study? Is this what he's trying to accomplish the hard way?
Right, yeah, man. They first fought in 2011 with Frank picking up the win back in the day. And that, you know, was like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm from the South, but I believe that was about 8 years ago. A long time in a fighter's career, especially long in MMA career. But you know what? Frank Mir said it best the other day when he was talking to MMA Junkie. He was said, you know what? I will always have an opportunity in MMA because heavyweights suck. So I think it's not a hard argument right there. I mean, he's 40 years old. Roy Nelson's already, you know, been there, done that too. They've already fought. They're in Bellator. They're fighting, soon coming up, 231. Then they'll be on DAZN as well. This is kind of a main event that no one really asked for, and I hate to say it because Frank is a friend of ours, and Roy is a fun fighter that I really liked in his prime, not physical prime. I don't think Roy Nelson ever had a physical prime, but his at the prime of his name being a draw, and that's what Bellator's doing. You know, they're putting on this because if you look at the card, who else is going to carry this card, right? So you have Frank Mir and Roy Nelson. You have Jake Hagar, who is the former WWE wrestler who believes that it's still WWE, and he's crushing tomato cans. The last two guys look like they literally found him in a mall parking lot somewhere, and he went and beat up these poor guys. Other than that, man, yeah, it's kind of like, say what? Like, we entered a different decade, and these guys are still fighting, man. So,
and you know how I feel about Bellator. You know,
yeah, Bellator is
the JV.
Every time I think they're taking step forwards, man, they do stuff like this and take steps back. So I don't know anymore.
Okay, and talking about MAGA, in an interview with Apple's Dane Lowe, Kanye West, and I repeat, Kanye West said that he is preparing to run for the presidency in 2024.
I see. Look at that. You know what, Chris Wynn, you're not far off. There's your running mate right there.
Tom
Kanye
Brady,
West, 2024. Tom Brady's going to be vice president. Kanye West loses his mind. 2028, it's all Tom Brady. Who's Tom Brady's running mate? Oh, that's a good question.
That is a very good question.
Who's Tom Brady's running mate?
Will it be a politician?
Would it be a politician?
You probably have
or
to
would it be Giselle? She doesn't just have to be the first lady. She would want in on that too.
Yeah, she's a very controlling woman.
Yeah.
She is an alpha female.
She is an alpha.
She is an alpha.
I really enjoyed.
And she would call him Tommy. She would be like, Tommy, I want to do this.
President Tommy?
Yes, I want to do this.
There you go. So, hey,
Kanye West, though, man.
Kanye, I respect the hell out of Kanye West, man. Whenever he gets a thought in that head, he runs with it. He runs with it, and he's just like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to speak it into existence. He's holding church services all over the world.
Oh, my God, yeah.
You know, hey, man, I can't hate the guy. He's going to run. Cool. Is he going to win? Absolutely not. But it's going to be fun as hell to watch. So, yes.
It will be a
spectacle. Go ahead, Kanye.
They said the same thing about Trump.
They did say the same thing.
President West.
Wow.
You know what?
First
Put
Lady
me in
Kim.
my place.
And you know what? Trump would back him. Trump would support him. He would.
The way it's going?
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? I didn't even think about that. First Lady Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
What a cycle right there.
What did we
you
just
talk
do there?
about a come up from Paris Hilton's Hanger On back in the day, where Paris Hilton was the bigger star, to
Ray J.
she makes a couple of tapes. Like, I think they were sing-along children's tapes.
Yeah, they were.
I don't know what they were. I've never watched it. But, and now she has all this in the world to be the first lady.
Wow.
Come on, man.
That
is a great America. That's what Don King was talking about years ago.
That's that
Only
America.
in America.
That's that America.
I love that
And
America.
2 first grandmas.
Yeah.
Two first. I like it.
Wow. Thank
Beautiful
you.
moment.
Thank you.
Beautiful
That was him.
Yep.
Now, when you think about being 7'6", you just think, man, I'm going to be a great basketball player. There's nothing that can hurt me. Not true. Au contraire. 7'6" Boston Celtics center Taco Falls. Is it Taco? It's not Taco Tuesday. Taco Falls has entered the concussion protocol. Was it because he was in the game and he went strong to the basket and he got hit in his head? No, it wasn't, Jeremy. I saw you asking that. No. Why? He hit his head on a beam at the team practice facility washing his hands. What the?
Wow. Ouch.
And you know how you just come up on the nonchalantness.
But, okay, so you're at the team facilities, a basketball team's facilities. You'd think they would have higher ceilings.
One would think. Like, tall men will be there. I guess they were like maybe not this tall of a man.
Yeah, I
don't-
mean, he that is a tall gentleman.
7'6". He's
7'6".
taller than Shaq.
He's a concussion protocol.
Oh my God, concussion protocol because of that.
There you go.
And like you said,
There are
know
guys
his head.
at other sports that trip and fall and
all
do
the
stuff all the time. You know?
but are we really believing all these stories that they tell about the injuries that happen? I was washing my car.
I'm glad he was washing his hands.
Yes, it was it. Yeah.
I'm glad he's a guy that washes his hands, because you know how many people I've worked with over the years that do not wash their hands.
Ooh, we're coming back to that.
See,
one.
that's
weird. That's
that makes me the way I am.
nasty.
I don't like certain things. I don't eat buffets.
You don't need buffets. That is
I don't
not
do
your
I don't
thing.
do potlucks because people are disgusting.
We're having one. We're having one.
No,
We're
not.
having
No,
one.
you guys are having one. This guy is not participating. No,
I'm bringing my world famous Laurie's chili.
I'm bringing cookies, freshly sealed by Nabisco.
That's it. You gotta love us. We're all in on this. Philadelphia Eagle Fletcher Cox has done it again, ladies and gentlemen. Keep him away from your woman. Keep him away from your woman. So the other day, Cox had to grab a shotgun to ward off an intruder. And you would think that this would be a situation where he's like, oh man, you know what? Yeah, NRA, this is the thing we're talking about. Not so fast. The guy, turns out the intruder thought his girlfriend, which she was in the house with Mr. Fletcher Cox. In fact, the intruder took a baseball bat to her car and then started kicking on the door. Now, the first thing I got to say, my man had courage. Because if you look up Fletcher Cox, he didn't really need a shotgun.
No,
That wasn't what he wanted to do. He was making what they call a
that's
point.
overkill.
He was making a point.
Right.
And this isn't the first time he's been with another man's woman, unfortunately. This is
Yes, you're absolutely
yes.
right.
And he, as he said in the statement, hey, I didn't make her want to be with me. She wanted to be with me. Really? A millionaire. She just wanted to be with you, Mr.
You want the
Million.
sexy process? Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Wow.
Hey, man.
Keep your woman away from Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, keep your woman away from Fletcher Cox,
Yeah.
and just in general, stay out of Fletcher Cox's house if it's if you're not invited.
Don't be there.
He has a shotgun apparently.
He has a lot of shotgun, and he's a big man. He has big fists.
Yeah.
He's a big man. So, and basketball season has started.
Yep.
In fact, the world champions, which is funny now that we use the term world champions, it kind of has a better inflection in it because the Toronto Raptors are not from America. You know, they are from another country.
They're from another
And
country.
here they are.
It means more now.
It means more now. There we go with it.
Yeah.
And one of their biggest proponents, Drake, aka the Champagne Poppy. Do you think that he deserves to get involved and be a part of the team when it comes to their celebration?
Deserve is such a funny word, man. You know what? If they're happy with it, to the victor go the spoils, man. Drake is such a tool. He really is when it comes to sports. Anyone that's winning or might win something, he hangs on them because, oh my God, he looks. You ever see that meme that he looks like the proudest like NBA girlfriend ever because he's just hanging all over these guys.
No, I've
and
not
he's got the
seen that.
biggest smile on his face, and he looks so proud. He's looking up at him. He's like, hey man, I'm not hating on the guy. He's made, of course, hundreds of millions of dollars and stuff. I don't care.
Well-
Whatever, dude. You got enough money, you could make rings for every digit that you have, and who cares, man? Whatever.
Well, the Toronto Raptors appreciated his support throughout the year.
I'm sure they did.
And they gave him one of the championship rings. But wait, Champagne Poppy took it a little bit further. And he had Jason of Beverly Hills, because everyone has his phone number in their phone, and got him off his vacation to come and make his own version. And now I say his own version, Drake's own version of the ring. He customized his own version. That's, that's lit.
Hey, man.
That's lit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good for Drake.
But those are some gaudy
That's
rings.
a hard-earned ring, Drake. It was hard taking your
Hey.
private jet to these places.
He had to leave money
and those
on the table.
front row seats.
He had to leave
man.
money on
Yeah,
the table to
I'm
go
sure
see
he
those games.
He did.
That's hard.
That's a hard life.
That's, when you rolling, when you bossing, leaving money on the table is a thing.
Hey, man.
But he had that passion.
Flying to
That
France,
passion.
doing his thing over there with former stars. Hey, man. Hey,
He had
you know,
passion.
you do
Look
whatever.
at me.
Hey,
Passion. He had passion, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
Good for him. Hey, is it really that different? Honestly, I mean, I'm joking about it, but is it really that different than buying a championship package from Sports Illustrated or
Whoa.
buying the jerseys that we buy with players' names on the back? The guy was given a ring by the team. That's awesome. I wish for all the years of just incompetence, I wish Jerry Jones would be be kind and give me a ring for just supporting the team.
Be giving out 10
God
million
knows
rings.
they're not going to be getting actual rings anytime soon. So but hey, if they want to give me a ring, that's cool too.
Yeah, Jerry's
good,
not.
good for Drake. Good for Drake.
He is not coming up off that. He is not. Yeah.
And now these comments. I've been a loyal fan, and now these comments on this show. Anytime I get close to them, if my stature gets beyond a podcast host, they're not going to allow me anywhere near.
Oh no!
Dallas.
They're like, get out of here.
They're going to play this on repeat. Remember what you said? And I'll have to be like, well, at the moment, at the time, I was trying to be funny.
What I
on the
meant
podcast.
was, what happened was, it was him. It was
What
the black
happened?
guy.
What had happened was
He was leading me on with his questioning.
I broke under question. All right, now let's take a break. We're gonna throw one more break. Our last break. We're gonna get our guest on the line, Miss Barbara Moore. We're gonna talk some more sports with Barbara to close out the show. Let's do it. We'll see you in just a minute.
Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio. Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
This is your guy, Dre Bailey.
And your man, Goose Thomas.
Tune in to Let the Ball Bounce on Gorilla Cross Radio.
Every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Coast time.
And every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Your guy, Dre Bailey.
And your man, Goose Thomas.
And if you scared,
You better go to church.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
And welcome back to the final countdown. You're listening to the 2Gs. MP, J Long, hit us up. Want to get involved? 702-608-3259. Guys, if you've been injured in an accident, there's only one team to call. That's Mossberg Injury Lawyers. They're the number one legal team in Nevada. Give them a call today, 702-222-4555. Let them represent you. That's Mossberg Injury Lawyers.
Will they represent me? Because in case Jerry Jones doesn't allow me in Dallas
Oh, he's
anymore.
not going to let you in, dude. They're going to have your face on that screen.
They need a good-looking face on that giant screen of theirs.
But I got to imagine that 1/3 of the men in Texas look like you. So,
Like me?
like bearded. Just,
You mean handsome?
Okay,
Devilishly.
sure.
So handsome I'm on a podcast.
That's it. That's it.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, everyone can be beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, we have the lovely and talented Miss Barbara Moore joining us. Barbara, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
How you doing today, Barbara?
Oh, I am so great. I was just killing some time watching my Seahawks.
See, there
See,
you go.
know what?
You just started
That's
the garbage.
just proof right there. No one is perfect. I love Barbara Moore, and then she's a Seahawks fan.
Huh? It goes with it.
Oh, you guys, thank you. I've been waiting for a while to be on your show. I love you guys.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I know we talked back in, I think it was August or July about doing this. I'm glad we're finally able to get you on here. Yes.
I don't know. I guess it was that long ago.
I know.
Yes. Well, you know why? I do my own show every day too. So it's hard to get me. I'm like not doing my Life, Laughter, Happiness show just to be with you guys today.
Well, we appreciate that.
Life, laughter, happiness. Now, if they want to follow your show, how do they follow your show?
Oh, we're on YouTube. We have over 200 shows now on YouTube.
Nice, congratulations.
Under Life, Laughter, Happiness. Yeah, and we're everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook page. We have a website. So, yes, and we have interesting people on. I could even have you guys on.
What?
Come on.
If you want to.
Come on now.
I love it.
You want to get do you guys want to get your chakras cleansed?
Who?
Yes. You know how...
Wait a minute. You know about this?
How negative MP is to me when we're off. He's brutal to me. I need my chakras realigned.
He doesn't know what that even means.
I need positive
Ask him to
energy.
spell it.
I do. I absolutely.
Yes, you do.
And because I'm a
You
Cowboys
need to be
fan, I
balanced.
stay in constant stress all the time.
He's
So much turmoil with that.
He's an angry man. He's an angry man. So, Barbara, we have to ask everybody, how did you become a Seahawk fan? Were you just somebody who's a bandwagon person, and all of a sudden, 5 years ago, you said, oh, my Lord, I'm a Seahawk fan?
You mean when they won the Super Bowl?
See, I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that.
I always was a Seahawks fan because I grew up in Seattle, and my dad and my brother, they always had football on. But it wasn't until later when they were winning, and then you guys, oh my gosh, it was the best moment. I would go every year to the Playboy Mansion for the Super Bowl. And oh my goodness, I was all in my Seahawks regalia, and they were playing against Denver, and we won. And I have the best picture of Hugh Hefner and me. He was hugging me, he was congratulating me. And that was the best moment because, like, everybody knows you're a Seahawks fan and you're at the Playboy Mansion and they win. So
awesome.
After that, I'm really hooked on them. People think I'm crazy sometimes, though, like mostly women who don't even know about football or watch football. They're like, you like football? But I say, how could you not like football? I mean, they're like superhuman. They are like magic. They're magical. I love them.
You sound like an agent out there.
And guess what?
What?
Yeah. Guess what?
What?
I'm going to the Super Bowl.
What?
I'm going. Yeah.
Wait, so you're going already. Regardless of who's in it, you're going.
Yes, I know, because our friend Bert, when Bert says something, he means it, and I'm taking my daughter.
Well, that's a good thing.
I like it.
Yeah.
It must be something to be a beautiful woman and a beautiful sports fan because Bert has never offered me anything.
Never. Yeah. He gave me some glasses.
You know what? He gave me
That's so funny.
he gave me the bill for lunch that we took him out to.
Yeah.
He slid that check over to me. I appreciate that, Bert.
Oh, well. I hope he's balancing it out now by sending you some good people. He found me on Instagram with my Seahawks eyeshadow on. He's like, you're a sports fan, and I want you to represent the Raiders. I'm like, no, I'm a Seahawks diehard. But, money talks.
Money talk, that's it. So
the Raiders are they're going to be my second favorite team this year.
All right, so Barbara, question. He said we're going to kind of take it a little backwards. Playboy Playmate. How was that something? Did they find you? I mean, because you're stunningly beautiful. Did someone just go, lady, this is what you're going to do. This is going to be, and you're going to be on the cover. We're going to have you at the mansion. Or what was the process?
Well, for everybody, it's a little bit different, but I found them because I wanted to be a Playboy Playmate since I was about 12. My dad would have them laying around. So, I was like in that mode of like fantasizing. I want to be like that someday. I want to be one of those. And you know what? I made it happen.
Wow.
called them up through the yellow pages because that's all we had back then. I'm not kidding. Yeah.
Oh, crap. He said that's all we had back then. Now our listeners are going, wait, what? How old is this woman? And we don't even need to know. We can, because
Playboy was in the
Well,
yellow pages.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know, I still model. It's not like we go like downhill just because of time. Some of us stay, you know, pretty good if you keep yourself in shape and healthy.
Right.
And I still model. So, yeah, I was Miss December 1992.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
Damn. All right. We're both just going, wow, because we've seen recent pictures of you. And okay.
Yeah,
That's
there
all
you
we're
go.
going to say right there.
Yeah.
So how did that conversation go? Was it just like a job interview that, you know, obviously you had to send some pictures in, but what was the process?
Yes, they said send in pictures. They don't have to be nude. But I didn't want to, you know, ruin my chance. So I hired a photographer and I flew to Miami and he shot some beautiful shots of me. And I had never shot nude before. And we sent those in. And a week later, I was shooting my centerfold. That's how fast that happened.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yep.
Signed on the spot.
And then I was, oh my goodness, it's so amazing because you're flown in, you have the limo ride, you arrive at the Playboy Mansion. That night, I was having dinner with Hugh Hefner and Kimberly, his wife at the time. And you don't even know if you're going to be a centerfold until after the whole week you shoot your centerfold. And then Hef says yes or no. So
Really?
by the time you're done with that week of yes, so you shoot that whole week and then, you know, you have butler service 24 hours. You have other playmates coming to pick you up and you're like partying around town and you get a touch of that lifestyle and it's like you want it. And I thought this would be devastating if you didn't get it after getting like the little taste of that. But luckily I did get it and it was so wonderful and it still is. You know, I mean, we get perks. I still have fans. I still get new fans. I have these wonderful fans that have followed me all of these years and you can always use it. You know, there's always a way to make money if you're a Playboy Playmate because you can sell things. And, you know, there's always a way.
You gotta respect the hustle.
Respect the hustle. That just sounded like, girl, get your game on, baby girl. Get your game on.
Yeah.
Don't even let them take it.
It's still such a powerful name, the Playboy brand. It's just
Absolutely.
amazing what it's done. Yeah,
Absolutely.
It really is great.
Well, let's talk the last few minutes we have here. Let's talk a little NFL. Your Seahawks, your beloved Seahawks, are at Atlanta this week. Always a tough matchup with there. And, of course, Dan Quinn, a lot of history in Seattle, beloved coach up there before he became head coach in Atlanta. How do you see your Seahawks making out against the Atlanta Falcons this weekend?
Well, I always put it into the universe that they're going to win, and I never have any doubt. And you know what? I actually can will it to happen. So I'm planning on doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
And they seem very confident. Yeah, they seem very confident. But you know what? I do miss a couple of my players that I used to love so much. But
who were your favorites?
I loved Marshawn Lynch. I love the Beast. But he's now with the Raiders, right?
No.
Well, he's retired.
He's
now.
retired again.
No.
Yep.
Oh no!
Yeah, we brought it to you right here. Yeah, he's no longer doing it. We broke that
Breaking news.
Breaking
news.
right
He's
here.
retired.
Oh, that's crazy. They retire so young.
Yep.
Oh no, he was old.
Okay, my other favorite was Richard Sherman.
Ah, Richard Sherman.
He's with the 49ers now, right? So you're taking Seattle in that one?
See, I just love, but I love the combination of those guys, but I'm getting to know the new team members and all of that, but they seem very confident. I was just watching Russell Wilson's interview and, you know, I'm just going to go along with how they feel. I am confident too that they are going to win.
I like it. Now, we're going to go to another game. Eagles versus Bills. Who are you going to take in that one?
Oh my goodness.
She's taking the Seahawks.
I don't really care about anybody else, you guys.
She's like,
She's like, look, let me tell you something. I don't follow anybody who's not Seattle. If it's not Seattle, it's trash, right?
she's like, it didn't happen.
Is this a trick question?
No, we respect you. We respect you.
No.
We know that you know some stuff. No, we're not trying to trick you. We're trying to see everything that you know.
You're trying to find out how much do I really know about football.
No, that is not it.
Besides the Seahawks, I mean, are you a Seattle girl through and through? Are you a Mariners fan?
Yes, but not really anymore. I mean, I went to all the Mariners games, and I loved the Supersonics, but I love the Dodgers now. So I did go the other way, but...
You just broke a million hearts.
I don't love the Rams. I do not love them. And I did go to the Coliseum, which is like, oh, how miserable is that in that hot sun? And the Seahawks were playing them on their very first year. And we lost that time. That was so disappointing. I had people from high school, my brother, his wife, they all flew into LA for that game. That was disappointing, but we didn't let it get us down too much.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. So, you know what? The new stadium, have you guys heard a lot about it in Las Vegas?
What, our stadium?
Our stadium or the LA stadium?
Yeah.
Our stadium.
No, your new stadium.
Yeah, our new stadium. Yeah.
We can see it from everywhere around. Have you seen the new stadium yet?
Well, I mean, I saw it under construction when Bert would send me pictures every week or every day.
You got to see it. It's called stalking.
But no, how is it though? You know what? We're talking about the Coliseum, how horrible it was. It was so hot, and it just was like, ugh. So how is this stadium? I want to know, because I'm going to come.
Vegas. Vegas, it's big, it's gaudy, it's they're just finished almost completely. They almost have all the roof on. They still got another year to complete this thing, and I think they'll make it on time. It's going to be a photo finish. The main thing is the parking. There ain't nowhere to park around this stadium, so so people are going to be prepared. You're going to be bussed in from every hotel and motel and every place that we can actually find a place to just park a car. You're going to be bussed in from. So that's going to be the miserable thing about it, but the stadium itself is going to be big, and it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to host the Super Bowl here in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, if I come to Vegas after it's completed, do you guys all want to go to a football game?
Okay.
Yeah.
Twist my arm, Barbara.
You say go with a Playboy Playmate.
Well, hopefully maybe Seattle will be in it, so you'll be happy to be here and taking that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I love Vegas. I used to live in Vegas.
I can only imagine that. Why wouldn't you have lived here? I mean, a beautiful woman in Las Vegas. Yeah. Whoa, that never happened. I did that last show at the Stardust Hotel before they tore it down. I did the last show, Headlights and Tailpipes. I was like the headliner of that, and I lived right down there. And oh man, that as a single girl with a little red Corvette, that was really one of the highlights of my life. Well, you know what? We're gonna leave that last note with you being in a little red Corvette and save it for the next interview. And we appreciate you joining the show. We're up against it right now. Barbara Moore, once again, where can people find your show?
YouTube, Life, Laughter, Happiness, and I already followed you guys, so could you guys follow me?
Absolutely.
Come on now, of course
we do follow for follow. Come on.
Yeah.
And, well, subscribe, actually. Go one step further and subscribe on YouTube. Life, Laughter, Happiness, spiritual podcast, and tomorrow's a great show, so start tomorrow if you haven't already been listening. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you so much. Life, Laughter, Happiness podcast on YouTube with the one and only Barbara Moore. And they have a heck of a show, just past 200 episodes. So lots of fun there.
That's it, man. Appreciate having her on. Oh, thank you. So we'll talk to you next time. Guys, we're up against it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is it.
That's us.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thanks, Barbara Moore, for joining the show. Thank you, Quan, for doing what you do. Jay Long, I'll see you after this, man. I'm not going anywhere.
Come on.
It's Final Countdown.